Indiana Fever beat the Dallas Wings 102-83. This was a highly anticipated game because it was going to be the first time that Caitlin Clark and Paige Bueckers would be going up against one another in the WNBA.
For years, basketball fans have followed one of the biggest rivalries in women's basketball, Caitlin Clark versus Paige Bueckers. Both entered the spotlight as elite high school stars before choosing different college programs. Clark built her legacy at Iowa, while Bueckers became the face of UConn. Their college battles captured national attention, with Clark winning the biggest matchups, including memorable NCAA tournament victories. Some respected voices, including UConn coach Gino Auriemma, questioned whether Clark's style would be as successful in the WNBA. Then came their first professional meeting when the Indiana Fever faced the Dallas Wings. What unfolded wasn't just another regular season game. Clark once again found a way to make history and remind everyone why she continues to break records that few players have ever touched. If you're excited to relive that unforgettable night, comment CC record breaker below.
Hey, Caitlin. You've known Paige since middle school, AAU. You guys were on the U19 World Cup team together. Is there anything that maybe stood out then about her, whether it be on or off the court, that maybe still reigns true today?
I mean, I feel like she's played in the same manner that she, has since she was, whether we were on the U16 team together, U19 team together, whether it was me watching her in AAU. She's always just been smooth. She takes what the game gives her. Her midi has always been as nice as it's been this year. She just plays way older than she is. She's confident, she's smooth, she just does everything at a high level, can score from all three levels, and that's how she's always played, and that's obviously translated really well.
Their story goes back to their teenage years when both players were considered among the best basketball prospects in America. Although they shared superstar expectations, they played the game in very different ways. Clark became known for her fearless long-range shooting, elite passing, and ability to take over games. Bueckers earned praise for her smooth scoring, smart decision-making, and calm control on the court. As their popularity grew, fans knew it was only a matter of time before these two future stars would build one of basketball's greatest rivalries.
And a lot of people are saying, oh, everything is she was Caitlin before Caitlin, she's better than Caitlin, all this stuff. That kind of stopped in the media. Caitlin Clark put up better numbers in the WNBA than Paige did in college.
Their college careers followed completely different paths. Bueckers committed to UConn, one of the most successful programs in women's basketball history under legendary coach Gino Auriemma. Clark chose Iowa, a team determined to compete with the nation's biggest programs. Their NCAA tournament meetings quickly became must-watch events. Clark consistently delivered when the spotlight was brightest, including unforgettable scoring performances that helped Iowa eliminate UConn on the biggest stage. She finished her college rivalry with the advantage, winning 2 of their 3 meetings and strengthening her reputation as one of the sport's biggest game performers.
And Diana said it best, this kid's in for a rude awakening. And they all jumped over her, but they didn't read the whole thing that she said. But nobody's printing, Diana Taurasi was right. This kid's on the wrong team. She's got the wrong skill set to handle the physicality of that league, and she's a rookie. And if you're a WNBA player, if you're any kind of player, you're going to say, I'm going to make a statement.
As both stars prepared for the WNBA, excitement continued to build. Fans couldn't wait to see whether their rivalry would continue at the professional level. Clark entered the league carrying enormous expectations after rewriting college basketball history, while Bueckers arrived with the reputation of being one of the most polished young players in the game. Their first matchup as professionals instantly became one of the season's biggest attractions, drawing national attention and creating another opportunity to compare 2 of basketball's brightest young stars.
Our player development coach yesterday, and he was just sent me a few things of even Steph going through a slump. I think he was 27 for his last 70 or something like that. The best in the world go through it, and I think that's where you can find your confidence. And I think the thing I always fall back on is I know how hard I've worked, so this isn't something that's going to last, and the best players in the world go through this. So I feel like I'm getting good shots, and I think that's why it's frustrating, because those are the shots that I make.
The timing made the matchup even more important for Indiana. The Fever entered the game after several disappointing performances that frustrated both fans and analysts. Losses to teams many expected them to beat raised questions about the team's consistency and direction. Supporters wanted a response, and all eyes turned toward Clark to see if she could help change the momentum against another talented young star. The pressure surrounding the game was as high as it had been all season.
I feel like this stretch, this is a big game for us. I think we've struggled in the fact that we're able to play one good game, and then we play a bad game, then we play a good game, then we play a bad game. So I think for us is like, we got to find a way to be able to stack really good games together. And then we go on the road and, we're on a back-to-back, which is just a challenge in itself. No matter who you're playing, we play Connecticut, then we play New York. So I think Steph's message was, yes, All-Stars coming up, that break's coming up, but our focus is on these 3 games that we have left. So in that sense, I do think it's critical that our focus just remains on the game in front of us. And I feel like that's what everybody in the locker room is doing.
Away from the spotlight, another storyline was developing inside the Fever organization. Clark preferred to play at a fast pace, pushing the ball quickly and creating easy scoring chances before defenses could get set. Head coach Stephanie White leaned toward a slower, more structured offensive system built around half-court execution. The difference in philosophy became impossible to ignore as cameras captured an emotional sideline conversation during a previous game against the Atlanta Dream. That exchange showed everyone that both competitors wanted to win, but had different ideas about how the team should play. Going into the showdown with Bueckers, many wondered whether Clark would finally get the freedom to play her natural game.
There is definitely something going on within the locker room, the front office. Something is off, man. This is the 3rd situation in one game we have had involving Caitlin Clark and the coaching staff and pretty much another player. And it looked like Caitlin Clark and Stephanie White definitely had a situation where they was in a heated exchange right before halftime.
The constant changes to Indiana's lineup only made things more difficult. Clark was still working her way back after injury and trying to regain her timing, while other players were returning from international competition. With different lineups almost every game, the team never found consistent chemistry. Offensive possessions often ended with missed shots, costly turnovers, and a lack of rhythm. The fast-paced transition game that made Clark so dangerous was rarely seen. Clark admitted the team's biggest problem was inconsistency. One game they looked like contenders, and the next they struggled to execute. Even during her own shooting slump, she stayed confident, saying she would keep shooting because every great scorer goes through difficult stretches. Indiana finally ended its losing streak against Atlanta, but the differences between Clark and coach Stephanie White over the team's playing style still remained.
It can be frustrating when your shot isn't going in the way that you want it to, but then I look at the box and it's like, I'm really 4 shots away from having a really good game, a really good shooting game. So that's where you find your confidence, and I know those are shots that I can make, and I'm never going to stop shooting. So, until I break out of it, I'm just going to keep launching, and that's all I know, and I'm still confident in everything that I can do.
That set the stage perfectly for the matchup against Dallas. Everyone wanted to know whether White would finally trust Clark to run the offense at her preferred speed or continue slowing the game down. The answer came almost immediately. White gave Clark the freedom she had been waiting for all season. Instead of limiting the tempo, she allowed Clark to control the offense, attack early, and create opportunities in transition. It was more than a simple adjustment. It was a completely different approach, and from the opening minutes, the Fever looked like a new team playing with confidence and energy.
Lee Aru the other night had a season-high 18 points. Here's Boston turning the corner, dishing to Hull, extra feed Clark, a deep 3, you bet! And he actually brought up stats from a shooting slump Steph Curry went through. She said that made her feel a lot better. That pass will as well, right on the money to Mitchell.
Cunningham attacked the closeout.
Clark, the rejection of Quinterly. Clark, the flick ahead. Oh, beautifully done. Touchdown, Fever.
The first quarter was competitive as both teams tried to settle into the game. Neither side was able to build much separation, and the pace remained fairly balanced. Clark focused on getting everyone involved, moving the ball, and reading Dallas defense instead of forcing shots. The wings stayed within striking distance, making it feel like the game could swing either way. Although Indiana showed flashes of good basketball, the biggest moments were still waiting to happen.
Here's Clark, being hawked by Isaiah James. Clark, sidestepping 3, is good! Clark, backing down Quinterly. 6 to shoot, baiting away, and dropping it in. Beautiful. Here's Clark off the screen, through the lane, feeds Howard. Another assist for Clark. That's 13, as Howard is up to 18 points.
Everything changed in the second quarter. Clark pushed the tempo at every opportunity, turning defensive rebounds into fast breaks within seconds. Her long outlet passes found teammates racing toward easy baskets, and the entire offense suddenly came alive. Indiana exploded for 36 points in the quarter, while completely overwhelming Dallas on both ends of the floor. Every possession seemed faster, cleaner, and more confident than anything the Fever had shown in recent weeks. It was the kind of basketball fans had been hoping to see all season.
And he actually brought up stats from a shooting slump Steph Curry went through. She said that made her feel a lot better. That pass will as well, right on the money to Mitchell. A tenacious start from Caitlin Clark. Here's Agumbawale off on a three. Long rebound. Mitchell, you're not going to catch her. Kelsey Mitchell in for two. They elevate each other because of how hard they compete. Nice look. Aaliyah Boston with a gorgeous dime to Kelsey Mitchell.
Clark's aggressive style brought out the best in everyone around her. Kelsey Mitchell caught fire offensively, knocking down shots from all over the court and continuing her impressive streak of double-digit scoring games. Natasha Howard dominated in transition, finishing efficiently around the basket and taking full advantage of Clark's playmaking. Aaliyah Boston controlled the paint with her strength and positioning, converting the easy opportunities Clark consistently created. Their connection looked effortless as Clark attracted defenders before delivering perfectly timed passes inside. Sophie Cunningham also provided a huge lift off the bench, scoring valuable points and giving Indiana another reliable offensive weapon whenever Dallas tried to slow the starters.
Mitchell bounces. Boston, one more time. This time Mitchell delivering. And Boston up to 13 points. Indiana shooting 66%.
By halftime, Indiana had already made franchise history. The Fever scored 64 first-half points, setting a new team record and producing the highest scoring half by any WNBA team during the 2025 season. The offense moved with incredible rhythm, finishing the night with 30 assists, tying another franchise record. Clark accounted for 13 of those assists, showing once again that her impact goes far beyond scoring. She controlled the pace, created open looks for nearly every teammate, and turned the Fever offense into one of the most exciting performances of the season. It wasn't simply a great individual game. It was proof that when Clark is trusted to play her natural style, the entire team reaches another level.
Cunningham the rebound. Cunningham swiftly up the floor, finds Howard for two. Sophie Cunningham making a huge impact off the bench, and Dallas will take a timeout.
In this lineup, Natasha Howard is the quickest post player on.
Indiana's incredible second quarter became one of the best defensive stretches in franchise history. The Fever matched the third highest scoring quarter the team has ever recorded, shooting at an incredible percentage while overwhelming Dallas with speed and precision. During an extended run, Indiana completely took control as the Wings struggled to keep up. Their defense broke down, transition coverage disappeared, and the game quickly slipped away. Clark's fast-paced style was creating open looks on nearly every possession, proving that her preferred approach could succeed against professional competition. What had once been questioned was now producing historic results. White's decision to trust Clark completely transformed the offense, and the Fever looked like a different team from the one fans had watched just weeks earlier.
Good dub. 2 in a row. 2 more to All-Star. Let's go. Woo!
W. Fever down, so you already know what's coming. Bow, bow, bow! On to the next. Hell yeah! Can you use that one? Let's go, baby. W. Now we gotta go get another one.
Then came the performance that everyone would remember long after the final buzzer. While leading Indiana's offense, Clark was quietly putting together one of the rarest stat lines in WNBA history. She scored efficiently without forcing difficult shots and continued setting up teammates with pinpoint passes. As the game went on, she also became a major factor defensively. She anticipated passing lanes, forced mistakes, and disrupted Dallas on possession after possession. Every steal added another piece to what was becoming a truly unforgettable all-around performance. It wasn't simply about scoring points anymore. Clark was influencing every part of the game at both ends of the floor.
In bounds. Clark backing down Quinterly. 6 to shoot, fading away and dropping it in. Beautiful mid-range fadeaway from Caitlin Clark.
The historic moment arrived when Clark recorded her 5th steal of the night, finishing with 14 points, 13 assists, and 5 steals. That achievement placed her in a category no other player has reached twice in WNBA history. Once again, she found a way to accomplish something completely unique. Her defensive impact extended beyond the numbers as well. One of her blocks immediately turned into a fast break opportunity that ended with an easy basket for Sophie Cunningham. It perfectly captured Clark's ability to turn defense into offense within seconds. Her awareness, anticipation, and quick decision-making kept Dallas under constant pressure every time they touched the ball.
Cunningham attacked the closeout.
Clark, the rejection of Quinterly. Clark, the flick ahead. Oh, beautifully done. Touchdown Fever.
Sophie Cunningham runs the route and puts her hand up in the air, gives Caitlin Clark the target. Barely over the fingertips of Hines Allen. Beautiful, beautiful pass. Catch, in stride, finish. Beautiful basketball.
Paige Bueckers and the Wings never found an answer for Indiana's balanced attack. Dallas struggled offensively throughout the night, with several key players unable to find any rhythm against the Fever's aggressive defense. Their physical approach toward Clark failed to slow her down. Instead, she stayed patient, used extra defensive attention to create open shots for teammates, and continued making smart decisions with the basketball. Every adjustment Dallas tried only opened more opportunities for Indiana. By the final buzzer, the 102-83 score reflected complete control from start to finish. Clark had answered every question about her game with one of the best all-around performances of her professional career, showing she wasn't simply adjusting to the WNBA but becoming one of its defining stars.
I feel like this was one of their best games as far as playing Fever basketball, which is a fast-paced style of basketball. They played Fever basketball for, I would say, about 75 to 80% of the game. And we have obviously seen this style of basketball, the style of basketball that we all know and love from the Indiana Fever, but we have only really seen it in short spurts. There have been so many games and so many times throughout this season where it feels like the Fever system is a slow down basketball type of system. Their offense wasn't running smoothly, but in this game, they were playing quick. They were moving the ball around. They had so many points off of the fast break.
When the game ended, the story was much bigger than one victory. Clark had added another historic performance to her growing career, while helping Indiana show what the team is capable of when playing with confidence and speed. Franchise records fell, individual milestones were reached, and the chemistry fans had been waiting for finally appeared. More importantly, the professional rivalry between Clark and Bueckers officially began with Clark delivering another memorable chapter. As the Fever prepare for tougher matchups ahead, this performance gives the team real momentum and plenty of confidence. If this game is any indication of what's coming next, basketball fans are in for an exciting second half of the season. If you're enjoying Clark's return and want to see more unforgettable performances, comment CC Record Breaker, like the video, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next chapter.